I feel it's always best to start with the rubber. Hello internet people. Today is the final day in the restoration project of my Graham's 1994 Ford Ranger 4x4. So if you are new and you would like to see this project complete, up above I compiled the playlist of every video from the day I picked this thing up in New Hampshire and brought it back home. I gotta wash this thing first before I can do any paint correction. Step 1, pre-filter. Step 2, water softener. Step 3, robot buddy. That's what Ryobi stands for, robot buddy. Step 4, kitty cannon. See, it's a kitty foam cannon, isn't that cute? Step, I don't know why I'm calling these steps anymore. I'm using some Sonax Actifoam Energy car soap. This is not sponsored. I bought this because I wanted to. The truck's not really dirty, it's just dusty from sitting in here for so long, but I want to make sure the surface is nice and clean before I start paint correction. And yes, I'm doing it indoor to keep it out of the hot Arizona sun out there because the water evaporates instantaneously. It's less than 10% humidity outside. I think it's like 9% right now, 8% humidity. Truck is now clean. I'm gonna clay bar it. They do make specific clay lube for doing this. I'm just using regular old spray wax. Usually right here along the leading edge, there might be some bug guts and stuff that I'll pick up. Yeah, like I just saw something get picked up. You see right there? Those little bug gut. There is literally years of pieces of char and grime, cow shit. Who knows what is down here. Look at that. That's like from a 4-inch square area. The paint is wore off right here at the door opening from my Graham getting in and out of the truck. I'm not going to repair that. I'm leaving it. It's part of the character of the truck and it was from her. So I could fix it, but I don't want to. In the last video, I paint corrected underneath where I put the rub molding. So about this much right here has already been paint corrected. I don't have to worry about that area. You can see it's like turning from a yellowish to Calypso green. That is disgusting. That all came from the edge of the window. That just shows the importance of using a detail brush when you're washing the vehicle and getting all around like the window molding and stuff, because it gets all that dirt that you can't really see out of those grooves. Normally I wouldn't even hesitate and scrape these stickers off that come from the dealership, but when I was little, I used to bug my grandma about it because I was like, why don't you just scrape that sticker off? Why would you leave it on there? And she never did. So I don't know what to do. That's the kind of stuff that makes this my Graham's truck. But the sticker looks bad because it's fading. The black is fading off of it. It's missing the part right here that said Tilton, New Hampshire. So I don't know what to do. Now that I think an air hose just ruptured. I'm gonna start off using this medium wool polishing pad and see how that does. If I need to step it up a little bit more aggressive, I will. And with it, I'm gonna be using some of the Sonax Cut Max. Also, this is not sponsored. I'm just a moron and I'm giving away free advertising. As far as the paint thickness goes, I actually measured it with my paint gauge a couple months back, and it was about 5.9 mils thick. That's not millimeters, that's the other thing. Millipedes. A little bit of like etching. I switched over to my other camera. This is the Canon EOS R6 with the 15-35 l2.8 lens on it, just so you can get a better look. It's about 85% of the defects out, and I don't even think you can see it on camera. There's just minimal little bits of etching left. But like I said, I measured it with my paint gauge before, and it was consistently over the whole truck, ranging from like 5.5 to 6 mils of paint. Whatever that is. Millions of a paintable. Huge noticeable difference though before and after. Look how deep that is and just how like hazy that is over there. I can't forget my earplugs that look like little penises. Hello, welcome to the next day. So I bought this last week on Amazon because I wanted to give it a shot. It was relatively cheap enough and I needed something like this because the only one I have is an Air version and I don't have an Airline over here. But it's a mini DA. It's a little baby one. Look, it's a 1-inch head on this thing. So I don't know if it's gonna be any good. I think it was like $200. I don't know. I'll put the link down below where I found it at. It's not sponsored. So if it sucks, I'll tell you it sucks. I decided to step things up from the Sonax compound I was using. So I borrowed this from the guys next door. It's a Body Shop safe, which is nice. Doesn't have any fillers in it. Also not sponsored. I didn't buy it. I borrowed it. I like this already. The fact that I can get a DA under my door handle is amazing. Not bad. Got a lot of vibration. It's not super powerful, but for stuff like that, it's not bad. It does vibrate a lot though. I think my hand's gonna kind of go numb after a while, but it's got nice like grip to it. It's nice to hold. It's girthy. R.I.P. buffing pad. R.I.P. Didn't even last half a truck. This pad almost bit the dust too. The foam was starting to tear on it, but the paint correction process is complete. It is now ready for me to apply ceramic coating to the paint. I re-went over the hood with that more aggressive compound and it got like 90% of the imperfections out. I already did a video on ceramic coating my Bronco. There's a link up above if you guys missed out on that. And I explain more about the ceramic coating process and the product that I'm using and stuff. It's sick sea quartz. Sea quartz sick. Definitely don't want to breathe this shit. It's terrible for you. This is just some wax and grease remover, in case you're wondering. Welcome to the final day in this video. The final day in the final Ranger video. Don't worry, you'll see it more on this channel. I'm gonna still have the truck obviously and be driving it. And I'll do a car review on it and then a compilation video. That's kind of dry looking. This too. When tending to your trim, I feel it's always best to start with the rubber. I gotta clean this first. Just give it a wipe with a mechanic napkin. These things work amazing for everything. Okay, now let's spread on the gummy flagger. I'm not gonna time lapse this rubber treatment because there's been a lot of time lapses in this video. Oh, it's all just beating up on the paint. I gotta get something for this glass. It looks atrocious. I feel like glass is really easy to get wrong. Oh yeah, just get a bunch of overspray on my fresh trim. Nothing fancy here. Just some cheap auto parts store foaming glass cleaner and a mechanic wipe. Oh yeah, it's all on the inside. The mirrors. For the mirrors, I'm gonna use a bit of wax and grease remover, make sure there's no more residue or anything on there. Let's also get rid of any bugs that are stuck on there too. This stuff's pretty good at that. So I picked up some of this stuff online to give it a shot. I heard a lot of people talking about it, saw it in the comments. So again, not sponsored, just give it a shot and see how it does. This is basically a ceramic coating for plastic. So I really hope it doesn't make it glossy because I'm gonna be kind of angry if it does. It looks like it's fairly self-leveling. I'll make sure I don't have any of this crap on the paint. That would really not be something I want to have on there when I just ceramic coated it. I personally am not a fan of glossy trim protectants and finishes. I like the mattified look, but also those mirrors did look really dry and just dull and faded. If I recall, when this truck was new, there was a semi-gloss sheen to the mirrors. They weren't fully gloss like how it looks right now, but they definitely weren't completely dull and mattified like the rubber. I guess the one good thing about this truck spending its life in New Hampshire is the rubber isn't all dry and rotten and falling apart and brittle like rubber out here in plastic. This stuff does dry mattified too. I'll show you the mirror in a second. It's kind of a pain to apply. It's a little streaky, but so far, okay, I'll give it a B+. I think the key to the streakiness is being very even with your application and making sure that you have plenty of product, and then it will look even. I feel you gotta be a harsh critic when it comes to these magic wipe all, make it look perfect type things, because they're never as good as they say they are, but this isn't bad. You're not gonna see streaks on texturized plastic like this though, especially not gray. This is actually gray plastic, it's not black plastic. That's black plastic. This is gray, one of 3 different trim color plastics that were available on these Rangers when they were new. I can't believe this is done. I can't believe this truck is done. It took 13 months for me to restore this. Working on it 2 videos a week. I put out 3 videos a week, every 72 hours. So 40 hours a week just on the Ranger itself. That doesn't include time for editing and doing my car reviews. I work a shitload. And then that's 1,060 hours a week because 10 months, 40 weeks. Was it worth it though? I guess that's up to you. It's how much of sentimental value something has to you. That's the truck I learned how to drive on, that my grandmother taught me how to drive on, and my family left it to me. And besides, how many people can say that they have some memorabilia of the very clutch they learned how to drive on? Because this is the original clutch. It was never changed in this truck. That's going on the wall. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you'll have the car review coming up on it soon, as well as the build montage of all the labor, and you'll see it in videos. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon with another. Bye!